Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are good, you are well, and that everything that you planned has worked. Those ones that are joining us for the very first time, we come on this platform every day, Monday to Friday. And on Monday, we've got Rev Water. On Wednesday, we do the marketplace, and we're uplifting young people who want to make things happen through the mompreneur. And we are making things happen for ourselves as well, because the young people are riding on our shoulders. So they really give us some credit, and we're happy for that. On Thursday, we've got Dr. Nelly, and on Friday, it's reserved for healthy tips, where prevention is better than cure. So today is a Tuesday, and my name is Dr. Sunshine Sylvia B. Mwansa, and I'm thrilled to be here with all of you today. Can we have some happiness in the chat box? Can we say, here we are? Can you just give us some love? Welcome to today's journey on the Free Mentorship Academy. And we just want you to realize that we are here and we are making things happen. So so today is that day where we just make ourselves available and also make things to happen in the way that we want them to happen. So our topic for today is one that's very close to my heart, and it is talking about, when do you know that you need a mentor? When do you know that you need a mentor? I'm especially excited because today we have a very special guest joining us, a young leader. Because you remember, you are a leader at each and every stage of your life. It doesn't matter where you are, how you're doing it, but just know that when you've woken up, you are a leader in some place. So a young leader who is full of ambition and energy, Oswald Mutapasiambwanda, known affectionately here as Mr. President at the Mindset Change Program. So before we dive in, I would like to share that yesterday I spent the whole morning with Oswald, Princess, and his mom. We celebrated KK, day remembering KK, and today we're just showing you how we looked and just how these things happen around us. And when a young person is determined and they want to do things, they follow their mentors. So I would just like to welcome you, and why we were celebrating KK with Oswald yesterday, because KK, in remembering KK, and I was also sharing with Oswald how KK loved, to listen to the kids. He loved to listen to the children. And I was, I was telling him that if he was alive, I would have taken him, because now, we have realized that he really wants to follow, that path. But since he is not, there anymore, I will mentor him and also share his story to those that may be willing to add to his progress. So I made him the suit and they practiced. KK, he says, how he holds his handkerchief, how he, he was not wearing the shirt, the story about just him. Why, he did things the way he did at a young age. I told him, if you follow and read about KK, he became president at a very tender age of 40. So what activities are you going to be doing if you want to be that leader, if you want to be the leader of choice? And if you just want, to appear, calm, and you want to appear firm, you have to start building. So what are these things that build you? They are very, very, cardinal in the things, when you wake up, what are the things that you're doing towards the success that you want to make? And so this is why, this topic is very, very important for today. So Oswald is our youngest participant in the Mindset Change Process program, and he is now upcoming mentor because, you know, he's an author and he's done so many other things. And I can confidently say he is proof that leadership has no age limit. Leadership has no age limit. So let's dive in. First, what is a mentor? A mentor is simply someone who has walked the path you want to walk, and is willing to guide you. They share wisdom, they share encouragement and real world advice, to help you grow personally and professionally and mentally. A lot of times it is our mental standing that is making us, who we want to become. But, really, what is it that you yourself want to become? So how do you know when you need a mentor? There are several signs that, inspire you yourself when you realize that you really want to be, that someone in life. So there are these signs. You have a big dream, but you feel a little stuck on the next steps. Then you need a mentor. When you're facing challenges that seem bigger than you need a mentor. When you feel like you are making decisions in the dark without enough experience, you need a mentor. When you want to achieve your goals faster and smarter, you need a mentor. When you wish you had someone to believe in you, when you sometimes doubt yourself, you need a mentor. When you have or you had or have noise around you, around your life, something has happened, and you want to change the status quo. We all have noise, we all have our burning platform. When you have a burning platform, you really want someone to say, oh, you are still okay, and you can be able to to do the things that you want. You need a mentor. You need encouragement to go out there and experience happiness towards success. So, and let's be honest, in the way that we do things, even the greatest champions have coaches or mentors. When to win football. And yesterday we had also, by the end of the day, we had a football administrator who was, sharing, about just how you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be technical in the things that you do, but you can be an administrator who says, for you to win this trophy, what do you need? And I was like, wow, and the things that she actually talked about, Grace, she talked about, when you're going to win, something, when you're going to win, a trophy, you have to be prepared, because even just your underwear is going to make you lose, because they're going to be, wondering, if I go into the dressing room and my underwear has got a hole, you lose confidence. So it starts from a lot of places. It starts from a lot of areas where we want to, to be. Also as doctor, but I'm sure by the time we come to, to his stage, he's gonna be here. So those things, if you want to win something, if you want to be someone, those are the areas where we have to prepare, where you need a coach, where you need a mentor. And, in football, there are so many people who know how to play football, but they need to be coached, because there's something that they need to do that they themselves need an encouragement or need guidance to be there. So everyone at every stage, you need a coach or you need, a mentor. So a mentor shortens your learning curve, saves you from costly mistakes because the mentor has had the experience, builds your confidence and helps you to unlock opportunities you may not have even seen yet. Now, to make this even more real and, reliable, let me bring in our guests, Mr. President himself, Oswald. Oswald, welcome to, I'm so proud of you, first of all. At your age, you are so assertive and, you make things happen. And for those that are listening in, when you are a mentee, you have to follow the mentor. not where the mentor is always running after you, trying to say, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. You have to follow the mentor. And Oswald has been on my case. Grandma Sunshine, I want a KK suit. Grandma Sunshine, I want to know this. Grandma Sunshine, I want to do that. That's a good mentee. Where he beats even the adult mentees, where you have to follow them. You have to ask, oh, what is it that you can do for me to do this? Or it's just, when you're a mentee, you have to be the one that is on the go. When you're a mentee, you have to be the one that is making things happen. You have to be the one that is, applauding, that is making things happen in the area where it is that you have to. I can't see comments, and I can't see my comments where I have to do Rev. Maybe I need help just to type something there so that it wakes up. So yeah, so those are the things that we are talking about, that when we are making things happen, we are making sure that whoever needs to be mentored is aware of what it is that we can be able to do. So Oswald, welcome to this platform. But before I do, just introduce yourself and how you felt spending 28th April, KK's Day with Grandma Sunshine. And then we can go inside and we can dwell on the other things that we have prepared for today. Introduce yourself, how you felt, actually wearing first KK safari suit for yourself. So welcome, Oswald, and you can go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is also Jim Tapasiwanda. I'm a 13-year-old author of the book called Seize Your Moment. I'm also a transformational speaker and an award-winning author. And yesterday it was really awesome spending the day with you, and of course with my KK suit, because even at the event where I was going to, everybody was addressing me as Mr. President, and which I really enjoyed.
Oh wow, you enjoyed being addressed like that, and you had your hanky and everything, and you were you were greeting
Yeah.
the little children and making them feel good, and fantastic, awesome. So what made you decide that you needed to be following a mentor?
What made me discover that I need a mentor is because when I came for the mindset change process, you showed us the way of life, and you made us identify in the areas where we're lacking. So the job of the mentor is to come in and try and give you advice which you have to follow, and also going to help you grow. So when I looked at my way of life, I discovered that there's some things that are missing. I am confident, but yes, my confidence also had to be boosted, and there are many other things. So when I came to mindset change process, he became my mentor and told me to do so much more. That has improved me, and it has helped me to grow more and improve myself.
Wow. I remember in class, when you were saying the things that you would like, you want to be leading, you want to, to find out how, certain things are done and how you can be able to do them. Those things for me made me realize that for sure I could be that person that would handhold you so that you can be who you want to be. And we just have there, Grace, Soko, who we spent the rest of the afternoon with. You just missed them by a few, by I think maybe 30 minutes, and we stayed and we had. So she's, she's interacting with us there. She says, it's interesting, Doc. And indeed, we all need a mentor and someone to guide us through. Learned a lot from you yesterday. Thank you so much. And for me, I also learned so much from the people that that came through, and and these are friends from Networking for Success. By the way, you need to network for success. It's my LinkedIn friend, and we met on LinkedIn, and we're just sharing. So I said, let's have a cup of tea on KK's Day. So let's have a cup of coffee and just talk about the possibilities and about the leadership where we are and how we can improve other people. And there she was, and we were able to actually link through. Now, since having a mentor, what changes have you noticed in yourself that are taking you closer to your dreams?
Uh, when I met, when I met my mentor or when I met you, you've taught me how to network for success. Because networking for success is really important. Because I believe that your next relationship is your next work. So what that has taught me is that it's important for us to learn how to connect and meet new people, because you never know, because those new people are the people that bring your next work. So when I met you, of course, I identified my challenges, and you've taught me that it's possible. Mindset change is possible for everybody. And I believe that mindset change is possible, just like in our book. And we always say, let's cancel out the noise. What is the noise? The noise is a background from the noise from your background. As in when people are trying to tell you, no, you're too young to do this. Just like in my book, Season Moment, I always say it's never too early, because the same way parents teach their children how to walk, eat, and talk by themselves, the same way you can teach them business principles. So if we begin to teach children about business principles from a young age, or in short, mindset change, it's going to help them.
Oh, that is so, so wonderful. And as you mentioned, your net worth, and I mean, we've been on several stages together speaking, where people have identified you as a speaker. And this is why I would want you to actually, if you had to say, if you had to say something to another person, think about whether they should find a mentor or not. How would you, especially the young people, how would you encourage them to do that? How would you encourage? Are you there, Oswald? How would you encourage young people who are looking for mentors? What would they be looking for?
What I encourage them to do is that a mentor is simply somebody that gives you advice. So what I would say is that it's advisable, really advisable for young people to get mentors, because what a mentor does is that they identify your challenges, your weaknesses, and they help you to grow on those weaknesses. For example, looking at the wheel of life, when you go to your mentor, if they can teach you about that, and they can explain to you and show you the areas that you're lacking in order for you to balance everything up.
Okay, and actually, when you're looking at the wheel of life, it's got these segments that makes you become a total person. And starting with family and home. What have the changes been when you speak of family and home? What changes have you? Because this is when you're young. This is where life begins, and this is for those that grown ups. It ends here. When you are in your space, when you are doing things that allowing yourself to go, we actually say you start with family and home. um, Family and home are those areas where it is so imperative that you you start to nurture your family. You nurture your family. Okay, you are there. So just for family and home, what can you tell those people that are listening to us, what you knowing about nurturing relationships in family and home has brought for you?
Um, in family and home, what I always say, and I always say, is that my family is my support system, because I believe that when you begin to develop yourself, you need to have that support system that's always going to support you. And the best place to get that support system from first is your family, because I believe that before I came to mindset change process, I was a bit distant with some of my cousins, but now I'm talking to everybody, and everybody's so united. So what I can say on family and home is that it's very important for us to nurture family and home, because your family is your biggest support system.
Oh wow! And I know you came with Princess, and I know the way she's uplifting. Obviously, she's learning, something from Big Brother. Just how has this relationship evolved from the first time that you came and to now? Because I've seen that she's so assertive. I know when we were doing the master class with Dr. Mike, and you came together. When they call her, she's also is walking in your footsteps. How can you encourage other families to take their siblings along in the things that they are feeling successful with? What can you say about that?
What I would say is that let's just seize our moments, because let's remember that it's never too early for a child and it's never too early late for you also. So what I can say is that let's all just seize our moments and let's have the rich mindset. The rich mindset says opportunities are everywhere and looks for them, and the broke mindset says there are no opportunities and waits for everything to be done for them. So all I can say is that let's all have a rich mindset and begin to seize those opportunities because they are everywhere.
Wow. You're so powerful, Oswald, and your answers are so inspiring. You are truly living proof that mentorship accelerates growth. And I know, because of your assertiveness, because of you wanting to drive, you actually did write, the forward in the Mindset Change is Possible, a book. Just how did you feel being, identified that that's someone who can actually now take the line, to other people to say, it doesn't matter how young you are, but how you are impacting people, how you are impacting people. So, how did you feel to be actually identified as someone who could write the forward in Mindset Change is Possible?
That was really wonderful and awesome because I believe that mindset change is possible. Mindset change is possible for everyone. I always say that if we want things to change, we have to begin with changing our mindset first. I've always been told that it's difficult to bend a tree when it's tall or when it gets older because it becomes hard. So what that means is that it's difficult to change an old person when they become older because they think they already know everything. So it starts with you changing your mindset first. And when you begin to change your mindset, you're going to begin to see that there's enough for everyone.
Oh, that is so, so beautiful. So, how would you find the right mentor? How can you actually advise, young people to find the right mentor?
Um, you can have different mentors for different areas in which you're lacking. You can have a spiritual mentor, um, a career mentor, a business mentor, all those. So mentors are really important because, like I said, they identify challenges. So it's really important. And what I can say is that let's all go and try and see and look and always try to help each other and believe that there's enough for everyone.
There is indeed enough for everyone. There is indeed enough for everyone. Oh, it was just so powerful, Oswald. I feel like really flying and making things, happen and doing more because you are so focused and you're so great. And it is really, you can have mentor for leadership, one for business, one for life skills. It's okay to build a circle of support, and you don't have to feel like, oh, because Dr. Sunshine or Grandma Sunshine is mentoring so many people, so just fixing in your path, just fixing something that you really want to happen. A lot of people actually, when you're mentoring, says, oh, I thought I was. Don't think you were. I like your stance where you just have to come and get in your space and do exactly what you want in that area. But Oswald, what if your mentor is too busy? What would you do?
When your mentor is too busy, you have to respect that and also try and see the best possible time, because as a mentee, you're always supposed to be available and also try and suit the available time, because these are very busy people and also have other people that they're mentoring. So you as a mentee, it starts with you to always being available, be ready to learn. I always say let's learn to unlearn, because many other times that when you go to a new place, you already think you know everything and don't want to learn. So you must be going with you, looking at yourself first, and then learn everything for you to get in more knowledge. It's just like that example that you gave us everything. Like in like a bucket, when there are stones inside, again you put another stone inside, nothing's going to enter. But if you put water or sand, it's going to enter. So what that means is that let's learn to unlearn in order for us to get more.
Wow, you even have to remember those stones in the bucket. You're really a genius. And this just says continuous learning is imperative. You don't have to be that, I already know. And this is what is actually a problem with a lot of us. We think because you have done this, you've got this position, you've got good upbringing, you've got position, you've got education, you've got all these made. You think that you don't need to learn more. And this is what Oswald is talking about. When you put a bucket, of stones there, that is your knowledge, your background, and your position. You still can put in the sand, that is new knowledge. You still can put in the water, that is new knowledge. So that is what Oswald is talking about, because he has passed through the process of how to just ignore the things that are around you and just keep on learning. Um, and as we were actually saying yesterday, I saw when you were talking about your milestones. What are these milestones that you can actually tell people that make you align yourself to leadership? What are these some of the milestones that you have realized out of the mentorship, out of the things that you do, that has made you realize that you are the person to take up that position of leadership that you need?
I also just realized that I was born in the same year as when Sata was coming into power. And so another thing is that I've served with many great leaders that have also told me about being president. And that has really helped me because they have told me, what they have told me is that we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. And what we must do is that we don't have to criticize another person's weaknesses. Instead, we try and see how we can best help them.
Yeah, and yesterday I was so amused when I was asking, when was he born? I was born when the President Sata was coming in as president. The late Michael Chirufya Sata was coming in as president. I said, oh, wow. So you've got these significant milestones that you can actually write on as you write your story. Because what is happening now is Oswald is writing his story. So he's going to be documenting. We have, taught each other how to start documenting, things at this age, so that he can come and just add on and add on. He's an author already, so he knows how to put these things. And I'm sure maybe in his next book, he'll be talking about where he came from where he was born. Because when you write these things, those are the things that are very, very important to quote, so that people start to realize that it is not just what it is and how you are able to manage yourself. It is these little things that add on. It is these little things we think that they are not actually important, that are so important in your life. When you can remember that the day you were born, or the year you were born, that's when a president took over. So you start being prepared. Your light is shining on the other things that you are able to undertake and do. So, how do you know that your mentorship is working, Oswald? How do you realize that your mentorship is working?
How you realize that your mentorship is working is when you begin to it starts with you first. You have to look at the areas in which you're lacking, and then have to begin to improve on those things slowly by slowly. Like I said, when I first came for the mindset change process, there were some areas on the way of life that I was immersively lacking. And so what you as a mentor did is that you guided me on how I can improve those circles slowly by slowly.
Oh, wow. That
And
is
also
so, so wonderful.
you you encourage us to be confident in ourselves because confidence is something that is really important. And also when I came, I realized that there's something different about these mentorship classes. You're given your own name, and I am known as Mr. President. And so that really gives you a sense of motivation that you have to become that Mr. President.
Wow. Oh my goodness, you give me goosebumps. And as we come to a close, you know, In wrapping up, remember this, that seeking a mentor is not a sign of weakness, it's a strategy for greatness. I want to thank Oswald once again for joining me today. You inspire all of us, Mr. President, and everything, everyone listening has got these, dreams. Your dreams deserve the right, support. Seek mentorship so higher than you ever imagined. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next Mentorship Academy, where we're assisting, mompreneur, for just these mothers that are really wanting to do. So Sampa has got this, network where she's bringing out, people that can be able to inspire us. And, I want to say this final quote, to end that when you find the right mentor, you don't just change your future, you change the future of everyone you impact. You change the future of everyone you do impact. Because when you change the people, when you change your perspective, you change the things that are on your line. So thank you all for joining us this amazing journey with Oswald. How do you know it's time to have a mentor? I am sure you enjoyed your discussion, our discussion with Mr. President, and we are here. So Oswald, just your closing, just say bye to the audience, and what they have picked is good for us. Say bye-bye.
So I'll just
Say
like to
bye-bye
add
to the
something.
audience.
A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside of yourself. Thank you. Bye
Thank you so
bye.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, everyone who is putting up the comments there. Dr. Stephen Mwansa, Nankanga, and Grace. Thank you so much.